On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Inject.
To put a liquid such as a drug or other substance into a person's or an animal's body using a needle and syringe equals small tube.
Examples:
Inject under the skin. Inject a personal opinion into a debate. Let's try to inject a bit of enthusiasm into your performance.
Infamous.
Having a reputation for being very bad or wicked.
Examples:
An infamous crime. Acquire an infamous reputation. The infamous criminal was finally brought to justice.
Downtown.
In or towards the central area of a town or city.
Examples:
Downtown building. Downtown traffic. He decided to take a walk downtown area to explore the city.
Lobby.
A large area inside the entrance of a public building where people can meet and wait. A group of people who try to persuade a politician, the government, or an official group to influence legislation.
Examples:
Lobby for legislation. A hotel lobby. That lobby group actively advocated environmental protection to the government.
Margin.
The space around the edge of a page or document. Finance, the net sales minus the cost of goods and services sold.
Examples:
Margin error. A profit margin. Unfortunately, the book's margin was too small to make notes.
Jab.
To poke or prod someone or something quickly and forcefully with a pointed object or part of the body. To make a sudden or quick thrusting movement. Noun, the act of administering a vaccination or injection with a needle.
Examples:
Jab a finger. Booster jab. The nurse had to jab the patient with a needle to give them the medicine.
Needle.
A thin, pointed object typically used for sewing or medical purposes. A metal or plastic instrument used for administering injections or drawing blood.
Examples:
Needle prick. Sewing needle. The acupuncturist inserted needles into specific points on my body to alleviate my pain.
Scream.
To give a loud, high shout suddenly, especially because of fear, anger, excitement, etc., to utter or declare in a very loud voice.
Examples:
Scream a profanity. Scream at him to be quiet. She kept screaming for an ambulance.
Vein.
A blood vessel that carries blood from various parts of the body back to the heart, a mineral deposit or layer of rock that is contained within another rock formation.
Examples:
Spider vein. Collapsed vein. The nurse inserted the needle into the vein in his arm to draw blood.
Splatter.
To scatter or spray liquid, mud, or a similar substance in small droplets or flecks, to stain or cover with such droplets or specks.
Examples:
Splatter paint. Splatter all over the floor. The construction workers wore protective gear to avoid being splattered with wet cement.
Desperate.
Feeling or showing a lack of hope and a willingness to do anything because of the problematic situation.
Examples:
Her desperate screams. Desperate attempt. He was desperate when he lost all his money by gambling.
Affair.
Event, situation, or subject that is significant from a political or public perspective, a secretive or illicit sexual relationship.
Examples:
Current affairs. Domestic affairs. Some critics say this exhibition will be a big affair.
Poverty.
The condition of being extremely poor.
Examples:
Poverty alleviation. The cycle of poverty. Many studies have investigated the relationship between poverty and academic achievement.
Violent.
Involving or caused by physical force or aggression against someone or something.
Examples:
Victim of a violent crime. Violent incident. The protesters became violent when the police tried to disperse them.
Soar.
To fly or rise very high or to a great height, often with great grace or ease.
Examples:
Soar in popularity. Soar to new heights. The bird soared through the sky, and its wings spread wide.
Declare.
To say, state, or announce something clearly, officially, or publicly.
Examples:
Declare independence. Declare my love. Foreign goods from abroad must be declared to customs when entering a country.
Emergency.
A sudden unforeseen crisis usually involving danger that requires immediate action.
Examples:
Emergency action. Acute emergency. The president declared a state of emergency.
Expand.
To increase or to make something greater in size, number, or importance.
Examples:
Expand a lineup. Expand agricultural output. They hope to expand their business worldwide.
Reduction.
A decrease in size, amount, or degree.
Examples:
Reduction strategy. A gradual reduction. The reduction in carbon emissions has been significant since the implementation of the new policy.
Distribute.
To give something to a large number of individuals, or to spread or furnish something.
Examples:
Distribute wealth evenly. Distribute video content. His estate was distributed to his sons.
Methadone.
A synthetic opioid drug used to treat addiction to other opioid drugs, such as heroin, as well as to manage pain in some cases.
Examples:
Methadone program. Methadone treatment. The methadone clinic provides daily doses of the medication to patients in recovery.
Supervise.
To watch over and direct someone or something, especially in a position of responsibility.
Examples:
Supervise entrance test takers. Supervise team activity. She was asked to supervise the construction project.
Injection.
The act of introducing a liquid, especially a drug, into the body using a needle and a syringe.
Examples:
Fuel injection. Injection needle. He received an injection of antibiotics to treat his infection.
Hazardous.
Involving risk or danger, unsafe or unhealthy.
Examples:
Hazardous material. Hazardous conditions. The hazardous chemicals must be handled with extreme care to avoid any accidents.
Radical.
Relating to the essential aspects of anything, far beyond the norm, mainly used of opinions and actions.
Examples:
A radical flaw in the plan. A radical cure. The government established by the coup was more radical than before.
Concept.
An idea or principle associated with something abstract.
Examples:
Learn new concepts. Concept car. One such rapidly growing concept is quantum cryptography.
Illegal.
Not allowed by law.
Examples:
Illegal drugs. Child of illegal immigrants. The customs agents seized the illegal shipment.
Arrest.
To take into custody.
Examples:
Arrest the thief. Arrest the progress. A police officer has the authority to arrest a criminal.
Therapy.
The act of caring for someone through medication, remedial training, etc.
Examples:
Therapy for a patient. Field of gene therapy. I underwent aversion therapy for my addiction to alcohol.
Proposal.
A formal suggestion or offer, sometimes a written one.
Examples:
An innovative proposal. Details of his proposal. Our skeleton outline of the proposal met with much opposition.
Stiff.
Not easily bent, flexible, or pliable, difficult to move or be maneuvered, difficult to relax, having a heavy or formal manner.
Examples:
Stiff muscles. Stiff penalty. Her body felt stiff after sitting at her desk for hours without moving.
Opposition.
The act of disagreeing or resisting, the state of strong disagreement.
Examples:
Opposition campaign. Meet with opposition. The opposition party strongly disagreed with the government's proposed legislation.
Addiction.
The inability to stop using or doing something as a habit, especially something harmful.
Examples:
Alcohol addiction. Addiction to foreign oil. He is now fighting his addiction to drugs.
Stick.
To put something, usually a sharp object, into something, noun, a thin piece of wood or other material.
Examples:
Stick a key in a lock. Fire stick. You stick a bill in the change machine, and the coins pop out.
Tolerate.
To allow something to exist or happen, even if it is disliked or opposed.
Examples:
Tolerate his disrespectful behavior. Tolerate ambiguity. I can't tolerate spicy food, and it always gives me heartburn.
Ignore.
To intentionally not listen or pay attention to.
Examples:
Ignore her advice. Ignore a ban. Since independence, the area has been completely ignored.
Countless.
Too numerous to be counted or very many.
Examples:
Countless hours. Answer countless questions. There are countless methods for dealing with stress.
Overwhelming.
Very great or intense, so powerful that you cannot fight or react against it.
Examples:
Overwhelming majority. An overwhelming victory. He has shown signs of uneasiness and overwhelming worry.
Critic.
Someone who expresses opinions about the quality of books, music, etc.
Examples:
Art critic. Severe critic. Advocates for legal reform hear less harsh words from their critics.
Criminal.
A person who has committed a crime.
Examples:
Wanted criminal. Criminal investigation. The police are searching for the criminal who stole the jewels.
Societal.
Relating to society or social relationships.
Examples:
Societal norms. Societal expectations. The societal pressure to conform is strong in this community.
Sanction.
Official permission or approval for an action, especially an economic or political action by a government or international organization, a penalty or punishment imposed for breaking the law, rule, or agreement. Verb, to impose a penalty or punishment for breaking the law, rule, or agreement.
Examples:
Imperial sanction. Popular sanction. The government imposed economic sanctions on the country.
Recover.
To return to a former condition, health, mind, or strength.
Examples:
Recover a loss. Recover approval ratings. She is still recovering from a shot to her shoulder.
Claim.
To assert that something is true, to demand or request something as one's own, to lay legal or moral right to something. Noun, a demand or assertion of a right or something that one believes to be true.
Examples:
Claim responsibility. False claim. He wants to claim ownership of the abandoned property.
Addict.
A person who cannot stop using or doing something as a habit, especially something harmful.
Examples:
A drug addict. Internet addict. We have become TV addicts due to video streaming services.
Exchange.
To give something and receive something else in return, often with the implication that the items being traded are of equal or comparable value. Noun, the act of giving or taking something in return for something else, a place or system where goods or services can be bought, sold, or traded.
Examples:
Exchange rate. Exchange a few friendly words. My sister and I frequently exchange books as we love reading.
Advertise.
To draw attention to something such as a product, service, or event in public, to encourage people to buy, use, or attend it.
Examples:
Advertise the campaign. Advertise on social media. We want to advertise our company through your media.
Clinic.
A building or hospital department where people can go for medical care or advice, especially of a particular condition.
Examples:
Visit to the veterinary clinic. A dental clinic. She holds a clinic on Tuesday mornings.
Endorsement.
An official statement of approval or support for a person, policy, product, or service, a signature or stamp on a legal document.
Examples:
Endorsement letter. Product endorsement. The politician received the endorsement of several major newspapers.
Probable.
Likely to happen or likely to be true.
Examples:
probable outcome, probable cause of a fire. It seems probable that he has forgotten our scheduled meeting.
Misunderstand.
To interpret or understand something in the wrong way.
Examples:
misunderstand each other, misunderstand entirely about her. You should not misunderstand the meaning of freedom.
Intervention.
The action or process of being done to improve or help a circumstance, often they have not been asked to do so.
Examples:
intervention by foreign powers, surgical intervention. This intervention does not require the patient's consent.
Surround.
To be all around something or somebody.
Examples:
surround a town. A stone wall surrounds the palace. On 3 sides, mountains surround the settlement.
Dingy.
Dark, gloomy, and dirty.
Examples:
dingy apartment, dingy lighting. The dingy room needed a fresh coat of paint.
Alley.
A narrow lane or way between buildings, often used as a passage or a shortcut, a small street that runs between 2 other streets.
Examples:
back alley, alley cat. They played basketball in the alley behind their house.
Contaminate.
To make something impure, unclean, or poisonous by contact or mixture.
Examples:
contaminate with a disease. Contaminate his ego. We strive not to contaminate the environment when demolishing petroleum plants.
Carol.
A song or hymn typically sung at Christmas, often with a joyful or celebratory theme.
Examples:
Christmas carol. Sing a carol. I love the sound of carols playing in the background while we decorate the Christmas tree.
Concrete.
Existing in a physical or material form rather than an abstract one, based on facts rather than ideas or guesses, made of or covered with cement.
Examples:
a concrete noun. Concrete examples. The president asked for a more concrete plan.
Mysterious.
Difficult to understand, explain, or identify, having an aura of secrecy, intrigue, or puzzlement.
Examples:
mysterious object. Mysterious stranger. The mysterious disappearance of the ship remains unsolved.
Aid.
Things sent to help countries in need, notably food or money, support.
Examples:
financial aid. Country-by-country aid programs. Pakistan's aid budget was still being reviewed.
Crowbar.
A long, straight metal bar with a flattened or curved end used to pry or lever things apart.
Examples:
Remove nails with a crowbar. Use a crowbar. She purchased a crowbar-resistant safe to protect her valuable possessions.
Medical.
Relating to the treatment of illness or injuries, relating to the practice of medicine.
Examples:
A medical opinion. Temporary medical treatment. The medical team worked quickly to save the patient's life.
Strike.
To wallop somebody or something with the hand, fist, or weapon, to have an emotional or cognitive impact upon.
Examples:
Strike up a conversation. Strike a blow. We strike to achieve more wages and safer working conditions.
Commitment.
A promise or firm decision to do something or to behave in a certain way.
Examples:
A commitment to an alliance. Meet his commitments. His business commitments took him to the United States.
Compassion.
A strong feeling of sympathy and sadness for another's suffering or bad luck.
Examples:
Feel compassion for the poor. Have compassion toward the accident. His infinite love and compassion for everyone never weary.
Judgment.
The ability to form valuable opinions and make reasonable decisions.
Examples:
An emotional judgment. Deliver a judgment. Her judgments are consistently rational and sensible.
Hassle.
Something inconvenient, annoying, or troublesome, a difficult or irritating experience or situation.
Examples:
Travel hassle. Hassle about money. Buying a new car involves a lot of hassle, negotiating prices, and trying to get a good deal.
Profound.
Extremely great, sensed or experienced very strongly, displaying a high level of knowledge or comprehension.
Examples:
A profound book. The profound depths of the sea. My mother's illness had a profound impact on us all.
Conversation.
An informal talk between two or more people to exchange their views, ideas, information, etc.
Examples:
Conversation in English. A friendly conversation. Your conversation reflects your thoughts.
Unimaginable.
Beyond what can be imagined or conceived, impossible to comprehend or envision.
Examples:
Unimaginable horror. Unimaginable depths. The complexity of scientific theories was unimaginable for most people.
Trauma.
An emotional wound or shock often has long-lasting effects caused by a highly upsetting or shocking experience.
Examples:
psychic trauma, trauma care. Many civilians have suffered trauma as a result of the war.
Convinced.
Completely certain about something, having a strong belief or conviction in a particular religion.
Examples:
convinced of the idea, convinced criminal. The public is convinced that the Prime Minister has committed fraud.
Forerunner.
A person or thing that comes before another and serves as a sign or indication of what is to come, a predecessor or early stage of something.
Examples:
forerunner of technology, forerunner in the field. The steam engine was a forerunner to modern locomotives.
Government.
The group of people with authority to control a country or state.
Examples:
government bureaucracy, government funding. The federal government is planning to increase taxes for the next fiscal year.
Conservative.
Holding traditional views and values and opposed to change or innovation.
Examples:
a conservative society, conservative about production. He always makes a conservative estimation when predicting future sales.
Intent.
A strong determination or attention to do or achieve something. Adjective, having a strong determination to do or achieve something.
Examples:
the intent of a question, intent gaze. The designer's intent was to create a minimalist aesthetic for the interior of the building.
Supreme.
Highest in rank, level, or importance.
Examples:
the Supreme Commander, Justice of the Supreme Court. The supreme pleasure of life is the conviction that we are loved.
Pit.
A hole in the ground or a cavity in a surface, a place for storing or holding something, a section of a theater or sports arena where people can sit.
Examples:
the bottomless pit, the pit of the stomach. The pit of the avocado can be removed by gently wedging a spoon around it.
First-hand.
From the source, directly. Adjective, received directly from a source.
Examples:
hear customers' voices firsthand. Conduct first-hand research. The manager tried to hear customers' voices firsthand.
Dean.
A person in charge of a college, faculty, or other academic departments, tasked with overseeing its operations, policies, and staff. A senior member of a profession or organization who is highly respected for their knowledge and experience.
Examples:
Dean's List, Dean of faculty. The university's dean was responsible for overseeing the academic programs and policies.
Scathe.
To harm or injure someone or something, often by using words or criticism, to cut or wound deeply.
Examples:
Scathe the coastal town. Scathe the politician's credibility. The harsh words from her boss were enough to scathe her confidence for the rest of the day.
Quote.
To repeat or reproduce the words or statement of someone else, often acknowledging the source, to give an estimated cost or price for goods or services.
Examples:
Quote a source. Quote a price. In his speech, he quoted a famous philosopher to emphasize his point.
Deny.
To state that one refuses to admit the existence or truth of something.
Examples:
Adamantly deny killing. Deny the allegations. He is still denying stealing the money from the cash register.
Correlative.
Having a mutual relationship, referring to two or more things that are closely connected and affect or depend on each other. Noun, something that is closely related or connected, often used to describe a term that is opposite or complementary to another.
Examples:
Correlative conjunction. Correlative behavior patterns. The correlative relationship between exercise and a healthy diet is well documented.
Disease.
A disorder or illness that affects the body or mind, often characterized by specific symptoms or abnormal functioning of organs or systems.
Examples:
Disease prevention. Disease control. The doctor diagnosed him with a rare disease that had no known cure.
Gross.
Being the total amount of something before any deductions, obese and ugly or unpleasant.
Examples:
The gross amount. Gross injustice. The drastic reorganization has significantly increased this company's gross profits.
Disproportionate.
Too large or too small when compared with something else, or not deserving its importance or influence.
Examples:
Cause disproportionate damage. Disproportionate amount. This big gate is disproportionate to the small hut.
Uniform.
Always the same, showing a single form or character in all occurrences. Noun, the special set of clothes worn by members of a particular group as a means of identification.
Examples:
At a uniform temperature. Our school uniform. This country has a nationally uniform culture.
Stance.
A way of thinking about something, especially expressed publicly, attitude or position of a standing person or animal.
Examples:
Change her stance. the batting stance. He continued to support her political stance.
Possession.
The state or fact of owning or having something.
Examples:
Possession of the evidence. A territorial possession. That painting is my possession, and I inherited it from my grandmother.
Narcotic.
A drug or substance that dulls the senses and induces a state of lethargy or sleep. A drug that is illegal or highly regulated for medical use due to its ability to cause addiction or harm.
Examples:
Narcotic drug. Narcotic addiction. The doctor prescribed a narcotic painkiller to alleviate her chronic pain.
Overdose.
Excessive and dangerous ingestion or application of a drug.
Examples:
Overdose of alcohol. Opioid overdose. It would help if you refrained from an overdose of caffeine.
Crisis.
A time of great disagreement, confusion, or danger when problems must be resolved or critical decisions must be taken.
Examples:
Financial crisis. Crisis management. The Chinese word for crisis comprises two characters, one for danger and the other for opportunity.
Essentially.
Relating to the essential features or concepts of anything.
Examples:
Essentially correct. Become essentially same. Essentially, a society is an organism.
Approval.
The belief that someone or something is good or acceptable.
Examples:
A written approval. Express my approval. This project took a lot of time to get the president's approval.
Process.
A series of actions or operations performed to achieve a particular outcome or goal. A systematic procedure or approach used to accomplish a specific task or objective. A method of treating milk to make it suitable for consumption or use in other dairy products.
Examples:
Process improvement. Decision-making process. The process for applying for a visa can be lengthy and complicated.
Communal.
Belonging to or used by a group rather than individuals, for common use.
Examples:
Communal swimming pool. Communal combination of funds. Communal elections were held in several European countries.
Facto.
Of or relating to facts, done in reality, actually existing or occurring.
Examples:
Ex post facto approval. A de facto government. The new software has become the de facto tool for professionals in the field.
Province.
The territory occupied by one of the constituent administrative districts of a nation.
Examples:
Bengal Province, Home Province. A network of railways has developed over the province.
Virtually.
Almost completely.
Examples:
Virtually all countries. Virtually identical. Virtually all the parties signed the contract.
Overnight.
Lasting for or occurring during one night, occurring or changing extremely quickly or suddenly, happening or being achieved in a short amount of time.
Examples:
Overnight parking. Overnight success. The overnight package delivery arrived at my door this morning.
Supervision.
The act or process of overseeing or directing the work or performance of others.
Examples:
Under supervision. Supervision by the police. She was put in charge of the project and had full supervision over the team.
Reverse.
To change something's direction, order, position, decision, etc., to the opposite one, adjective, directed or moving toward the rear.
Examples:
Reverse the trend. Reverse the order. The restaurant reversed a ban on smoking.
Naloxone.
A medication used to reverse the effects of opioids, equals morphine, or a drug that resembles morphine, commonly used to counter decreased breathing in opioid overdose.
Examples:
Naloxone injection. The unit dosage amount of naloxone. Treatment for an overdose of opioids includes the administration of naloxone.
Individual.
A single person or thing, as distinct from a group.
Examples:
A private individual. Individual freedom. As an individual, he had the right to make his own decisions and live his life as he saw fit.
Common sense.
Practical intelligence and judgment that is typically developed through experience and not necessarily through formal education.
Examples:
Common sense approach. Social common sense. It's just common sense to check the oil level in your car regularly.
Compassionate.
Feeling or showing sympathy and concern for the suffering or bad luck of others.
Examples:
A compassionate heart. Compassionate leave. My father has a serious and compassionate personality.
Improve.
To make or become better.
Examples:
Improve a process. Improve the test score. We want to improve ties between our two countries.
Greatly.
To an extraordinary extent or degree, very much.
Examples:
Greatly affect the situation. Greatly support that player. They greatly admired our actions.
Suffer.
To experience pain, distress, or hardship, to undergo or endure something painful or unpleasant.
Examples:
Suffer a setback. Suffer bad grades. The older man suffers from arthritis and finds it difficult to move around.
Enforcement.
The act of ensuring that rules, regulations, or laws are obeyed or implemented. The act of applying force or pressure to compel compliance with rules or laws.
Examples:
Enforcement action. Enforcement officer. The enforcement of the new traffic laws led to a decrease in accidents.
Disdain.
To look down on.
Examples:
Disdain the offer of a bribe. Disdain the policeman. Even in the Middle Ages, people disdained forced labor.
Bombard.
To attack a place with bombs or gunshots continuously, to address with continuously or persistently, as if with a barrage.
Examples:
Bombard him with questions. Bombard a fort with heavy shells. Overprotective parents often bombard their children with messages reinforcing their lack of mastery.
Horrible.
Extremely unpleasant or bad, causing fear or disgust.
Examples:
Horrible accident. Horrible smell. The experience was horrible and left a lasting impression.
Stigmatize.
To accuse, condemn, or openly or formally consider somebody or something as not deserving respect.
Examples:
Stigmatize the deviant as criminal. Stigmatize him as a swindler. She was stigmatized by society because she had a child out of wedlock.
Applaud.
To express approval of someone or something by clapping the hands.
Examples:
Applaud his courage. Applaud the orchestra. I enthusiastically applaud my rival's achievement.
Military.
Relating to or characteristic of members of the armed forces, of or relating to war or warfare.
Examples:
A military operation. A military leader. The military academy was known for its strict discipline and training.
Phase.
To disturb or disconcert someone, often causing them to lose their confidence or composure, to unsettle, intimidate, or fluster.
Examples:
Phase a decision maker. Unlikely to faze him. I won't let a little criticism faze me from pursuing my dreams.
Jail.
A facility where criminals are kept to be punished for their crimes, a prison.
Examples:
County jail. Be in jail. The police escorted the prisoner to the jail.
Incarcerate.
To put or keep somebody in prison or in a place from which they cannot escape.
Examples:
Incarcerate the murderer. Incarcerate her for life. He was incarcerated for the duration of the war.
Hopeless.
Having no hope, despairing, having no chance of success.
Examples:
Hopeless situation. Hopeless at everything. After months of job searching, he felt hopeless and unsure of his future.
Cycle.
An interval during which a recurring sequence of events occurs, a bicycle or motorcycle.
Examples:
The cycle of the seasons. Go to the workplace by cycle. The food chain causes a material cycle.
Incarceration.
The state of being confined in prison or jail.
Examples:
Mass incarceration. Incarceration rates. The judge sentenced him to 5 years of incarceration for embezzlement.
Deserve.
To be worthy of or entitled to something, especially something good or valuable.
Examples:
Deserve respect. Deserve this prize. The employee deserved the promotion for their hard work and dedication.
Handcuff.
A pair of metal restraints that are designed to lock around a person's wrists and prevent them from moving their hands freely. Verb: to restrain or restrict the movement of a person by applying handcuffs, typically as part of an arrest or other security-related process.
Examples:
Handcuff his wrists. Break free from handcuffs. The police officer put handcuffs on the suspect before placing them in the squad car.
Institutionalize.
To establish or make something a part of an institution, equals a place such as a university, hospital, etc.
Examples:
Institutionalize a system. Institutionalize customary laws. The new policy aims to institutionalize the use of renewable energy sources.
Stigma.
A mark of shame or disgrace associated with a particular circumstance, quality, or person.
Examples:
Social stigma. Stigma against obesity. The mental health stigma often prevents people from seeking treatment.
Paralysis.
A condition in which you are unable to move or lose control of part or most of the body because of illness or injury.
Examples:
Moral paralysis. Paralysis in the leg. Massive demonstrations lead to total paralysis of transportation.
Entirely.
Completely.
Examples:
Entirely satisfied with the meal. He was entirely to blame. Later, his claim was found to be entirely false.
Narrative.
A story or a description of a series of events or process of telling a story.
Examples:
narrative poetry, personal narrative. The narrative handles multiple plot lines and has unpredictable ends.
Irresponsible.
Not showing a proper sense of responsibility, not reliable.
Examples:
irresponsible actions, irresponsible behavior. It was irresponsible of him to drive home after drinking so much alcohol.
Spiral.
A curve that coils around a central point and gets progressively farther away from it as it goes around.
Examples:
spiral staircase, spiral design. The leaves of the fern were arranged in a spiral pattern.
Ultimate.
Furthest or highest in degree or order.
Examples:
the ultimate goal in life, the ultimate luxury. Management must take ultimate responsibility for the accident.
Abuse.
The use of something in an incorrect or harmful manner.
Examples:
the problem of drug abuse, victim of sexual abuse. Our company has an audit team that monitors directors for abuse of authority.
Tragedy.
An event or situation causing great loss, misfortune, or destruction. A play or literature that deals with a severe and sad event and often ends with the death of the main character.
Examples:
a tragedy during work. The aftermath of this tragedy. Macbeth is a famous tragedy by Shakespeare.
Numb.
Unable to feel physical sensation and movement, not showing human feeling or sensitivity.
Examples:
numb with cold, a numb mind. My left arm became numb.
Core.
The most essential or fundamental part of something.
Examples:
the core of an apple, core business activity. These gas nebulas are merely newborn galactic cores.
Policy.
A set of rules, guidelines, principles, or procedures that govern decision-making or action, often used in the context of business or government. A course of action or plan of action adopted or followed by an organization or individual to achieve a goal or objective.
Examples:
health policy, foreign policy. The company's new policy on remote work has made it a more inclusive workplace.
Dispossess.
To deprive someone of the possession or use of something, often property or land.
Examples:
Dispossess a person of his property. Dispossess an entire township. He was forced to dispossess his tenants because they couldn't pay the rent.
Disposable.
Designed to be used once and then thrown away.
Examples:
Total disposable income. Disposable camera. I prefer using disposable razors because they are more convenient.
Engage.
To attract and keep someone's attention and interest, to participate in or obtain services of something.
Examples:
Engage in environmental protection activities. Engage a new employee. Many multinational companies are engaged in the reconstruction of that country.
Clinical.
Of or relating to the examination and treatment of patients rather than theoretical or laboratory studies.
Examples:
Clinical surgery. Participate in clinical trials. She received special clinical training at the hospital.
Heroin.
A highly addictive and illegal drug derived from morphine, typically administered by injection and often associated with serious health problems, including overdose and addiction.
Examples:
Smoking heroin. Heroin overdose. The withdrawal symptoms from heroin can be intense and painful.
Cocaine.
A highly addictive stimulant drug that is derived from the leaves of the coca plant, often used recreationally for its euphoric effects, but also used in medicine as a local anesthetic and vasoconstrictor.
Examples:
Powder cocaine. Cocaine overdose. The drug dealer was arrested for possession of cocaine.
Crystal.
A solid material with many even sides that is formed naturally when the substance becomes solid and has a highly regular atomic structure. Clear and colorless glass made of almost pure silica.
Examples:
Liquid crystal. Crystal analyses. A vast crystal chandelier glittered brightly above us.
Methamphetamine.
Commonly known as meth or crystal meth, a powerful and highly addictive stimulant drug that affects the central nervous system.
Examples:
Methamphetamine addiction. Fatal methamphetamine overdose. The use of methamphetamine has been linked to several mental health disorders.
Interrupt.
To say or do something that causes someone to stop in their speech or action.
Examples:
Interrupt a call. Abruptly interrupt. Her sleep was interrupted by recurring pain.
Expose.
To show something by uncovering it, to make something accessible to some action or influence.
Examples:
Expose a crime. Expose a person to risks. That newspaper exposed a political scandal in a big way.
Sham.
Something that is not as good or true as it seems to be and is intended to deceive people, a person who pretends to be something they are not.
Examples:
A sham battle. Turn out to be all sham. The data he prepared was completely sham.
Hell.
The place thought to be where bad people go and are punished after death, often depicted as being located beneath the earth, an extraordinarily unpleasant or difficult place.
Examples:
Run like hell. Hell broke loose. The battlefield became hell on earth.
Upside.
The positive aspect or potential of something, the upper side of something.
Examples:
Have no upside. Market upside. Many people see the upside of traveling as an opportunity to experience new cultures and broaden their horizons.
Decide.
To make up someone's mind about something, to come to a conclusion or judgment after considering options.
Examples:
Decide a question. Decide on a course of action. She couldn't decide whether to order the pizza or the pasta for dinner.
Abstinence.
The voluntary act of refraining from or avoiding the use of certain substances, typically referring to drugs or alcohol, or engaging in certain behaviors, such as sexual activity.
Examples:
Abstinence education. Abstinence-only movement. He decided to practice abstinence from alcohol after realizing his dependence on it.
Detoxification.
Also detox, the process of removing harmful or toxic substances from the body, the process of eliminating or reducing the harmful effects of something.
Examples:
Detoxification process. Natural detoxification. Detoxification programs can help eliminate harmful substances and improve overall health.
Substitute.
A person or thing acting or serving instead of another one. Verb, to act as a something or someone instead of another one.
Examples:
Substitute coffee. Substitute teacher. I substitute skim milk for regular milk because we are on a strict diet.
Desperately.
In a way that shows a lack of hope and a willingness to do anything because of the problematic situation, with great urgency.
Examples:
Desperately anxious. Desperately ill patient. The baby clung desperately to her mother.
Survive.
To live or exist despite a dangerous event or period.
Examples:
Survive a blizzard. Survive a plane crash. These birds can only survive in temperate climates.
Prescription.
A written or spoken instruction that directs a medical practitioner to prescribe a specific treatment or medication for a patient.
Examples:
prescription drugs. Fill the prescription. I need to refill my prescription for allergy medication at the pharmacy.
Opioid.
Substances that have an effect similar to opium, such as morphine, used in medicines to treat severe pain, but some people take them illegally for pleasure and become addicted.
Examples:
an opioid analgesic. Opioid receptor. Treatment for opioid dependence may be a long-term process.
Diabetes.
A medical condition in which the body cannot produce enough insulin to control the glucose levels in the blood.
Examples:
juvenile diabetes. Diabetes patient. My father was tested for diabetes.
Quitter.
A person who gives up easily or does not have the determination to finish what they have started.
Examples:
easy quitter. Serial quitter. He was labeled as a quitter after he abandoned the project halfway.
Severe.
Extremely serious or bad in feeling, manner, or strict and harsh, extremely strong or vigorous.
Examples:
severe heat. A severe case of pneumonia. The senator received severe criticism from his opponent.
Asthma.
A chronic respiratory disease characterized by wheezing, coughing, and difficulty breathing.
Examples:
asthma attack. Asthma symptoms. He always had to carry an inhaler due to his severe asthma.
Marathon.
A long-distance race of 42.195 kilometers.
Examples:
run a marathon. Watch a marathon. She successfully completed her first marathon with a personal best time.
Depressed.
Sad and without any hope.
Examples:
depressed feeling. The market is depressed. After his mother died, he got depressed.
Extreme.
Very great in amount or degree.
Examples:
extreme sports. Extreme weather events. Solar gravity creates extreme pressures and temperatures.
Strategy.
A detailed plan of action designed to achieve a long-term or overall goal.
Examples:
military strategy. Develop a strategy. Our plan includes a comprehensive marketing strategy.
Complexity.
The state or quality of being complicated or intricate and difficult to understand.
Examples:
cognitive complexity. Complexity theory. The project's complexity made it difficult for the team to complete it on time.
Unintentional.
Not done or made on purpose, accidental.
Examples:
Avoid unintentional harm. Unintentional insult. The mistake was unintentional and made in good faith.
Unprecedented.
Never having been seen, done, or known before.
Examples:
Unprecedented boom. Unprecedented business opportunity. Unprecedented amounts of heckling and slogan shouting took place throughout the event.
Estimate.
To guess or calculate the cost, the size, value, etc. of something.
Examples:
Estimate of fair value. Estimate this chicken to weigh 3 pounds. We estimated the season's total trade deficit at $50 billion.
Exceed.
To surpass or go beyond a limit, expectation, or requirement. To be better or greater than anticipated or desired.
Examples:
Exceed sales targets. Exceed the speed limit. The athlete's performance exceeded all expectations, breaking a world record.
Homicide.
The act or instance of killing another person, murder, manslaughter, or other unlawful violent killings.
Examples:
Mass homicide. Serial homicide. The detective was called to investigate a homicide in the city.
Mortality.
The quality or state of being subject to death.
Examples:
Mortality due to cancer. Lower infant mortality. This disease has a high mortality.
Liberally.
Generously or abundantly, showing a broad-minded or tolerant attitude, favoring or advocating for social, political, or economic reforms to improve individual freedom and equality.
Examples:
Liberally sprinkled. Speak liberally. She liberally applied sunscreen to avoid getting sunburned.
Massive.
Enormous amount, very heavy and solid.
Examples:
Massive amounts. Massive stars. The recent economic downturn has resulted in massive layoffs.
Dump.
To deposit or dispose of something, such as trash, waste, etc., carelessly or hurriedly.
Examples:
Dump the gravel on the road. Dump hazardous waste. The company dumped him after several years of service.
Steady.
Firmly fixed, supported, or balanced, not shaking or moving.
Examples:
Steady increase. Take a steady job. The patient's vital signs are steady, indicating a stable condition.
Medication.
A drug or other form of medicine that treats, prevents or alleviates the symptoms of the disease.
Examples:
Antibiotic medication. Medication by mouth. The pharmacist not only prescribes the medication but also guides its proper use.
Epidemic.
The widespread outbreak of a particular disease in a large number of people at the same time.
Examples:
A worldwide epidemic. Health epidemic. The disease is now reaching epidemic proportions in our country.
Unintended.
Not planned or meant.
Examples:
Unintended bias. Unintended misunderstanding. Excessive human interference in the global environment may bring unintended consequences.
Predictable.
Capable of being known, seen, or declared in advance.
Examples:
Predictable pattern. In a predictable manner. The economy becomes more volatile and less predictable.
Consequence.
The outcome of a particular action or event, especially relative to an individual.
Examples:
Unintended consequences. The consequence of an argument. These economic activities had disastrous environmental consequences.
Reliant.
Needing something or something to continue, to work correctly, or to succeed.
Examples:
Heavily reliant on oil. Export-reliant economy. The company is heavily reliant on its overseas operations for revenue.
Tragic.
Causing great sadness or suffering, very unfortunate.
Examples:
Tragic love stories. Tragic death. The tragic events of the war left many families torn apart.
Synthetic.
Made by combining chemical substances as opposed to being naturally occurring.
Examples:
Synthetic fiber. Synthetic fertilizer. Synthetic diamonds play an essential role as machine tool blades.
Fentanyl.
A potent synthetic opioid pain medication often used to treat severe or chronic pain, which is highly addictive and can be very dangerous or lethal in high doses.
Examples:
Fentanyl patch. Fentanyl overdose. The abuse of fentanyl has reached epidemic proportions in some parts of the country.
Poison.
A substance that can cause illness, injury, or death when ingested, inhaled, or absorbed through the skin, something harmful, malicious, or toxic, the act of damaging or ruining a relationship. Verb, to introduce a substance into something or someone harmful and potentially deadly.
Examples:
Poison ivy. Poison bilateral relations. The plant's leaves contain a deadly poison that can cause hallucinations and seizures.
Poisonous.
Containing or producing toxic substances, harmful or dangerous to living beings, often causing illness, injury, or death, capable of causing serious harm or destruction.
Examples:
Poisonous plants, poisonous chemicals. Some species of poisonous snakes can be deadly to humans if bitten.
Formula.
A group of symbols, letters, or numbers that represent a rule, law, or mathematical statement.
Examples:
Structural formula, a binomial formula. The teacher told the students to memorize the math formula.
Immediately.
Now or without delay.
Examples:
Immediately recall a product. Write him an answer immediately. A suspension order from the court is effective immediately.
Alternative.
One of two or more available possibilities or choice.
Examples:
An alternative plan. There is no other alternative. Doctors are gradually coming around to the idea of using alternative medicines.
Legislation.
A law or a set of laws suggested and then passed by a parliament, or the act of making or enacting laws.
Examples:
Anti-terrorist legislation. Introduce legislation. Similar legislation had already been rejected by the parliament 4 times.
Victim.
A person who has been harmed, injured, or otherwise negatively affected by a particular action, circumstance, or event.
Examples:
Victim support. Victim compensation. The victim of the crime deserves justice and support to recover from the trauma.
Demonize.
To portray or represent someone or something as evil or wicked, often to create fear or hostility towards them.
Examples:
Demonize opponent. Demonize sugar. Some politicians try to demonize certain groups of people to gain political advantage.
Blind.
Unable to see, unable or unwilling to perceive or understand the true nature of something.
Examples:
Blind to the beauties. Blind spot. She was nearly blind due to severe diabetes.
Embrace.
To accept something willingly and enthusiastically. Noun, the act of clasping another person in the arms as in greeting or affection.
Examples:
Embrace an opportunity. A warm embrace. The woods embrace the house.
Lifeline.
A line, rope, or cable used to support or rescue a person in danger or distress, vital or necessary support, connection, or source of help.
Examples:
lifeline support, emotional lifeline. My best friend has been my lifeline throughout all of my hardships.
Prohibition.
The act of not allowing something, or an order that does so, especially by law or authority.
Examples:
driving prohibition, prohibition of alcohol. There were no prohibitions against excessive overtime.
Punishment.
A penalty or consequence inflicted for wrongdoing or offense, a means of enforcing discipline or preventing further wrongdoing.
Examples:
punishment for a crime, humiliating punishment. The judge gave severe punishment to the criminal who committed the heinous crime.
Recognize.
To acknowledge or realize something or someone, to identify, remember, or become aware of something that was previously known or encountered.
Examples:
recognize talent, recognize achievement. It's important to recognize your strengths and weaknesses.
Foremost.
Most important, leading, or prominent.
Examples:
foremost expert, keep foremost in mind. The foremost priority is the safety of the passengers.
Comprehensive.
Complete and including all or everything necessary.
Examples:
a comprehensive explanation, conduct a comprehensive survey. We have a comprehensive grasp of this topic.
Defy.
To challenge or dare someone to do something, to resist or disobey a rule, decision, etc.
Examples:
defy gravity, defy authority. She tried to defy her parents by moving to the city against their wishes.
Convention.
A large formal assembly of people who do a particular job or have a similar interest or of a political party, something regarded as a normative example.
Examples:
convention center, political convention. They met at biennial conventions.
Decriminalize.
To eliminate or reduce the criminal penalties associated with an act or behavior, to make legal or permissible something that was previously outlawed or punishable by law.
Examples:
decriminalize abortion, decriminalize public drunkenness. Many activists are pushing for laws to decriminalize marijuana use.
Redirect.
To change the direction or course of something, to send in a different direction.
Examples:
redirect traffic, redirect attention. The government decided to redirect funding towards education and healthcare.
Rehabilitate.
To restore to good health or physical condition, To help someone return to a normal life, especially after a period of illness, addiction, or imprisonment.
Examples:
Rehabilitate prisoners. Rehabilitate wildlife. The organization works to rehabilitate drug addicts and help them rebuild their lives.
Dramatically.
In a very impressive manner.
Examples:
He confessed dramatically. The cabin pressure fell dramatically. Life expectancy has grown dramatically this century.
Uncommon.
Not occurring or seen very often, rare.
Examples:
Uncommon occurrence. Uncommon talents. It was uncommon for the store to have such a big sale.
Prejudice.
A thought or feeling that is unfair and makes no sense, mainly when it is formed without enough thought or knowledge.
Examples:
Deep-rooted prejudice. Color prejudice. This community is free of social prejudice.
Indifferent.
Having no strong feeling or preference, neutral.
Examples:
Indifferent attitude. An indifferent glance. The doctor remained indifferent to the patient's pleas for a second opinion.
Inflict.
To cause harm, injury, or suffering to someone or something.
Examples:
Inflict a heavier tax. Inflict a hard blow. The storm inflicted significant damage on the town.
Vulnerable.
Capable of being hurt or influenced physically or mentally.
Examples:
A vulnerable bridge. Vulnerable parts of the body. Infants and pregnant women are particularly vulnerable.